What's up everyone, it's Joey, Blush Response, and today we're checking out the Bit Electronics Mojave granular processor. Let's get right into it. Mojave stereo granular processor, cool for making crazy sounds. It sounds awesome, beautiful, gorgeous, and can completely fuck your mind up if you need it to. I've got a few sources going into it. Drum beats, Morphogene with some kind of drone samples I've made just to show constant streams of audio, and then a DPO sequence. Very simple. Going through QPOD. Let's hear it with the drum. So the first thing is it generates clocked grains using this rate knob. And if you turn to the left, you get divisions of your clock, and if you turn to the right, you get multiplications of your clock. As you can see, a very, very short grains. It has an internal clock generator. You can tap tempo it. You can also feed it a clock signal, which I'm just gonna do right off the bat, because that's how I like to roll. I zeroed out all the knobs. But yeah, you can hear. You get really, really short grains. And you turn the window to change your grain envelope. And you adjust this size. Forward is obviously positive grain sizes. And then backwards, it flips your buffer. And you get right into that weirdness. And if you want to spread it out, you do whirl to get random stereo panning. You can turn this gust right for reverb and left for feedback on the engine. And you have zones, which is parts of your buffer, and you have speed for pitch shifting your grains. You can go up and down 2 octaves. These encoders are a little too close together, kind of bugs me sometimes. I'm not feeling that vibe so much, but these are nitpick. Oh yeah. How about that for an industrial bed? And now with the Morphogene thrown through it. Here's our dry signal. Yeah, so trippy. You can press distribute to insert different rhythms into it, so it's not just a steady stream of grains. And the different points on the distribute knob are just different rhythms. And then drift to drift within the buffer you've set. And zone as well. We're definitely clipping that a little. Let's lower that. So I got just the drums going through it again. Structure also affects the pitch. And you have this button here to do different scalings. You have major, minor, chromatic, and free available. I'm using minor because I like minor. And just... oh yeah. Now let's start feeding an LFO. We'll do one into distribution. And why not throw a sequence into grain speed? So really cool. And you can use it rhythmically to get weird stuff. Digging that. A little bit of her. And your epic granular spaces. You can change the settings of the reverb in the companion app they have for it. For me, I'm not one to go in these apps and change these options. I like stuff to be done on the front panel, so I might change it once and never touch it again because I hate that sort of integration. Like for those things, I always say just put a fucking screen on it, guys. But with that said, I'm still enjoying it. You can, of course, freeze. We're gonna send a gate to freeze that shit. Yeah, freezing. They're pretty nuts. On freeze. We'll also play with grain size, CV. Really crazy. So let's try with the morphology now. And we'll just, this is what's going into it. Nothing else. It just makes some crazy sounds. Oh. Wow. And you can hear it still has some of the drums left in the buffer, because there are no drums going through right now. Oh, just crazy. Wow. Sounds like really deformed trance. Trippy, really trippy. Really trippy. We'll try switching sample. Okay, standard. That's really cool too. And there's no modulation happening on the morphogene itself. This is all coming from Mojave. You can get really out there, really spaced. Yeah, a little bit of reverb. Let's. And it's all clocked. So if I started feeding it some drums. All that movement still happening clocked. And it's really trippy sounding. Really sharp. Changing that grain envelope with the window. I see potential in sequencing the rate. So we're going to do that. Yes. Hey, here's fully wet. Nuts. Wow. Take out that side CV. Trippy. Complete granular. Yeah. Now we're gonna take out with the DPO. That stereos everything. These grains are like razor blades. Oh wow. Love these textures. Wow, that's so cool. See, always interesting stuff to be found in these. And that's just off the most basic baseline. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a winner. I'm gonna send a gate into that freeze. Oh god, this sounds so sick. Should be freezing momentarily. Now. Faster freeze. Crazy. I love how it catches different parts of the buffer. Oh, so sick. This thing is next level, for sure. Wow. Isn't that wet? Fucking nuts! Oh, it's really out there. Might need a limiter after. Add some structure, some speed. Change that grain envelope. Some reverb. We'll bring the drums back in. Sounds so different, completely drenched, huh? Trippy. Yeah. And that's only off the drums. We'll unplug that freeze. We'll take out all that CV actually. God, it just makes crazy sound. The grainer has become so common these days, but it still has such an effect. And here's just manually tweaking. Feedback. We'll freeze that buffer. Just as like a... wow, this is so cool. Even as like a sample generation device, playing with this as a sound source more than an effect. Wow. Just a reverb now. It's pretty cavernous. Unfreeze. It has a microphone. So you can just do things to it with acoustic noise. I know it's true. I came up with that for the Abhar. But here it is in the Mojave. So it gets really Really trippy. Really reverse voices. Do you like hearing voices that sound creepy? Because mine doesn't really sound creepy, but it sounds cool nonetheless. Quite strange. Let's scrape. Yeah. Trippy, just off of that. Just off of that. Need to feed it more sound. Wow. Yes. Oh yeah. Sound like a boss or monster from Half-Life. Or Donkey Kong Country. A little less menacing than Half-Life. But I digress. Let's get the fucking audio back in there. This is a playground. Yeah. You can also mix the microphone with the audio by using a button combination. Button combinations, guys. Put a screen on these devices. Please. I'm so over button combinations. I have to learn 50 button combinations for 50 modules. Forget it. But god damn it if it isn't cool. I do really like this. I'm just been having a ball with it lately, using it in many ways. Lock that buffer. Unpatch. Mojave. So that was dope. I think as far as granular goes, you cannot go wrong with the Mojave. For granular actual sampling, I love the Nebulae. It's my favorite granular sampler in your rack. And the Mojave works well as a complementary effect to almost any piece of audio you feed through it. I think it ticks all the boxes for proper granular sound manipulation in real time. I think it sounds fantastic, and I'm going to be using it a lot. It's my vote for granular effect out of the ones I've used. Definitely. So samples of this gem and other gems are going to be up on my Patreon as always for you to use in your own productions. You're going to use all these crazy sounds you heard today. They're in there. If you want to support the channel, there's many ways you can do so. Special announcement, I have a new album out called Dimensional Research on Erica Synth's new label Contactor. I'm holding in my hands the super limited 50 copy colored vinyl edition. It's a special edition and it comes with 2 discs. One is a beautiful marbled blue for the A and B sides. It's a very deep blue with some marbling. And then we got a white one for the C and D sides, which also is marbled. You can see the effect there. I think it looks great. These are available in shipping now. There's also a black edition of the record if you prefer black. The record's been out for a little bit and I'm really happy about it. As well as Low End Resorts, the newest artist on my label Megastructure. This is from Romulo del Castillo and Nick Forte, 2 IDM heavyweights. Romulo has been involved in the seminal Miami IDM act, Venetia, which was big for me as a kid. They run Warp, Schematic. They own Schematic, which is the best IDM label to come out of the US. If you've heard of Richard Devine, Otto von Schirach, they started on Schematic and released many albums there. So it's really cool to have some of my hometown heroes on my label through Romulo. I've previously released Venetia's MD Salvage release, and maybe there'll be something new coming soon. But check out Low End Resorts. Nick Forte, also extremely well established, has been in acts on DFA, Cranky Hospital, many more. These guys are awesome. The album is awesome. Check it out. Links for both albums are going to be in the pinned comment and video description. If you want to support in other ways, there's going to be a link where you can buy a Mojave, and also other affiliate links for synth retailers, and anything you buy from there in any region, whether it's a cable, a module, or a giant keyboard, will support me, and I appreciate that a lot. There's also going to be a link to DistroKid where you can distribute your music. And as always, don't forget to smash like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace out.